Good evening. Welcome. Wednesday night, the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me. Got a good one for you tonight. We're going to have the Buffalo Jet fan joining us in a little bit. We're going to discuss all things Jets, the offseason, the moves that have been made already, the moves that are yet to come, moves that we think may happen. But I want to thank you for being here with me. And as always, we started off with an upbeat, joyous song. We'll do this one.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. That's me. That's my show. But it's our show. It belongs to the Shiners and the rest of you in the chat. We are a very loving, embracing community here. Even though they despise me, they still show up to let me know night after night. Let's say hello to those folks who are here now. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time in the history of history, Carly Fleischer beat all of you to the yard. Safe to say, her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard tonight. Thank you, Carly, for being first. You're first. Am I your first? BC is here. Stack's here. Calling Carly out, saying that's because you didn't have work. Damn, Stack. Shooting bullets already. Alan, hello, my friend. Tommy, OG Jet fan. What's up, brother? Mike Kazak's here. What's up, Mike? Dixon Yass is in the chat. Who? Dixon Yass. It's where? It's in Yass. Welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. Who the devil bumped the show up 15 minutes? Boomtown? I'm sorry. Got out of work quicker than expected. And I said, why keep the people waiting? I only have the Buffalo Jet fan till 10. So I was like, all right, it's time to move this baby up. Sorry. I hope it didn't cut into too much of your Fortnite night. Connor Long is here. Connor noticed. Connor, I've been saying since the beginning of January that anyone who's been gifted and is not on recurring is going to be removed. We were supposed to do it February 1st. I gave everyone a little bit extra time. But we removed several people today who have been gifted, might not be active anymore in the group. But that's why. My apologies. If you sign up, I know you're 13. I know you're not working. I'm not going to hold it against you, but we did clear out about a dozen names today that have just not been active and aren't recurring paying members. We want to make it exclusive. If we have everyone that's gifted, we're going to have chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been asking for the whereabouts of Modine. We thought he would be here doing a victory triumphant march up and down the chat loss after loss for the New York Jets. But he is here. with demands. You know, Mo is very, very diva-ish. There must be some commies in here. Biggest hockey game of the year tomorrow for country, bragging rights, and a couple of knucklehead sandwich, and not one USA chant going on. USA, USA, USA. I don't watch hockey, but I hope we win. How's that? Eminon, my friend, welcome. Mess is in the house. Tom Ace, my good friend. Hello to you, sir. Puff Addy is here. How do we know it's Puff Addy? If it was actually Puff Addy, he would use his Puff Addy emoji. Let's see, who else? Who else? Speed round. Jay Quest with a JETS. Jets. Jay Graves dropping knowledge for everyone in the chat. 69 likes, and we share the call-in link. We didn't get there last night. What the frig? Step up your game, chat. What's going on? Jake coming in. We actually got 100 million cap. I saw that earlier. I don't know how with Rodgers and Adams. We're going to get into that. Stick around. We'll cover that much more, and how we think that money might get dispersed moving forward. Wild Wave, welcome, sir. Who else we got here? The great Rick Ken is here, which means one thing and one thing only.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
He loves it. He loves when the toe squirts. There we go. We got some USA chants going on for you. Most of us are rooting for USA. Some of us. A nice guy, but just wait. Couple more months, he'll be chanting USA with us as his territory is acquired. That comment's for Alan. Hello, Love Bites. Hello, Johnny Boy. Hello, Infrared. Hello, Courtney. Philly's Limp Noodle. What else we got here? I'm looking for names. Have Mo. AA equals true villain. Oh, Alan. All right. I'm thinking AA like that helps people stop drinking. I'm like, man, what you got against that, bro? It took me a second. To process that one. And Harlan, welcome back. We're going to have a fun one tonight. Going to go through the rules of the show first. If you're here, hit the like button. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's a great way to help the channel. If you're watching, you're having fun, enjoying yourself, hit the join button. Become a member. If you become a paid recurring member of the channel, not gifted, you get to join the Discord. It's a fun place. A lot of Jets banter going on. A lot of great Jets discussion. Some crazy shit going on in there day to day. You never know. You miss one bullshit session in the DP. You have no idea what's going on in the world. You fall asleep early, you hear about it the next day. You fall asleep in there, you hear about it forever. It's a very fun place, and you're all welcome. Small price to pay, $5 a month. We will be purchasing, possibly this weekend, by Sunday night, a Sauce Gardner autographed helmet. More info to come on that, possibly tomorrow night. We're going to do some raffles. We're going to do some buy-ins with Super Chats. Super Chats only. More info to come on that. Stick around. But it starts probably Sunday night. So save up your pennies. Sell some lemonade on the street. Do whatever you got to do. Show some leg if you're Johnny. Shovel naked if you're in Virginia right now. Set up the tip cup, Johnny. Do whatever you got to do. We don't judge here. We don't judge. Yeah, sell your body to science. Do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Guys, can I know that it's baseball season might be coming up, but can we allow a little bit of Jet talk? There's a whole Discord group with baseball, which I've muted, for everyone to enjoy their baseball talk. Yes. Yes. 100%. There's pretty much nothing I wouldn't do for $100,000. Probably even your name. Great. Clancy walks in at that point. There we go. And we wait for David D to hoist the flag. I didn't see him here yet. Is he here? Tom, $100,000. Nothing is out of negotiated. 100 grand is 100 grand. Tax free, 100 grand. Life changing. Could fight Mike Tyson. Just have him bite his glove the whole time to remind himself not to throw punches. There we go. We knew he was here. He might lurk in the weeds, but he's already got the flag. Thank you, David, for not disappointing. Rick, you don't know my life. Rick, you do not know my life, my friend. Did you sell a toe to science? No. I had the toe taken and it went to science. I didn't sell it. I did not sell it. Rick says, doesn't matter. You'd be how surprised how fast it would go. Of course. It would go to the boys' college tuition and Sophia. It'd be 50-50 for them. Do anything for my kids. I might take a little bit for me. Maybe 45 and 45 for them. But enough of me whoring myself out for 100K. As much as I would love to have that discussion the entire night. News of the salary cap rising today came out in the NFL. Very large number. I don't think many people had the number this high. There's always prognosticators who are trying to predict where the salary cap will go based on the television contracts. The television contracts pretty much drive it. We knew that when the Amazon money started getting in, and they've had it for a few years now, but it took to the year after for that to start hitting. The last 2 years, salary cap has gone up $55 million and is expected to go up another 20 next year. We could be looking at a $300 million per year per team salary cap in the league. Why? Because it's the best sport there is. Why? Because its ratings keep going higher and higher year after year. Why? Because it's pure entertainment. There's no downtime. There's no awfulness in the game of football. There might be bad plays. There might be bad games. There might be bad teams. Sure. But football is just beautiful. You can't watch baseball. Most people can't watch baseball in April, May, June. Maybe they start in April, they fade out, they come back. If you're a football fan, you don't miss your team's games. Even when they're awful, you don't miss your team's games. It's the beauty of the sport. Television ratings prove that. A Sunday night game in October is more viewers than there are in any finals sports, any finals viewers for any other sport. A meaningless game in October, and the ratings are through the roof at 25 million homes. Put that back into the teams. Put that back into the players. It's a good sign for the New York Jets. Why? It's equal playing field. But for a team expected to have some dead money, Rodgers, Adams, Lazard, Conklin, the price you pay for going all in, it's a nice bump. It helps mask the problems that we could potentially have had. It helps mask and helps the new regime get going in the right direction. Now, I will say this right now for everyone to hear. I do not expect the Mike Tannenbaum, Mike McCagnon years with Muji. I do not expect to be setting the market for the running back. I do not expect to be setting the market for the linebacker. I do not expect big name acquisitions. I expect system fits, smart money. Big money hasn't won us anything. Time we go to smart money. What do I mean by smart money? Perhaps Tim Patrick, wide receiver from the Lions, who's going to have some experience with Hank Strand's system and the passing attack downfield. Maybe someone from the defensive line from Denver. Maybe guys who have experience with Steve Wilkes' defensive system. Maybe some guys that Aaron Glenn's run into throughout the years. I expect smart acquisitions. I expect this team to operate with a plan. And the plan is not to win week one. The plan is to win long term. Winning week one would be nice. Sure. Who wouldn't enjoy that? But probably Allen. But going forward, it's to get better week after week, game after game, year after year. The New York Jets have a very big issue in their past with building something and sustaining it and having one year lead to a better year, to a better year, to the best year. That's where the New York Jets are at right now. Let's just build and then in the second year, improve. And in the third year, be a contender year after year after year. You don't do that giving out $100-something million in free agency. Your biggest money spent this offseason should be making Garrett Wilson happy. Sign a veteran quarterback on the cheap. Justin Fields seems to be a name a lot of people like. Young, mobile. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a one-year deal. Justin Fields should want a one-year deal. Why, you ask? Because if you go have one-year deal and you blow up like Sam Darnold did, now you can go make $45 million a year. That's what quarterbacks get if they're starting. But if you sign for 2 years, you're hurting yourself if you do blow up 1 year. So you want to capitalize that. When you're a journeyman, give me a 1-year deal. If I have a great year, time to cash in, go for the bag. I like getting a mobile quarterback. I like the idea of having a Justin Fields and a Breece Hall in the backfield together, maybe even with Braylon Allen, all three of them. Who's going to get the ball on 3rd and 2? You get creative with your play design. You get to the next level. We had 3rd and 2s and Roger Stone quick passes and the tight end didn't turn around quick enough. I want to be the team that attacks on offense. I want to be the team that puts the defense on their heels where they don't know what's coming. That's how you succeed. Now, if it's not Justin Fields, I'm very curious on who we go with. I think we're going to go with a mobile quarterback. I think that's just the way the NFL is right now. You saw the Final Four. I keep saying it time and time again. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second. Old man interneting. I will be right back after. What are we going to play here?
Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice. Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice.
Daddy's back. Missed me? I missed you. Get a right tackle. Get a mauler. Don't go spend the biggest amount of money. Have a plan. Get hold the fort guys. Get guys that can help you short term, but don't have to be the answer long term. We don't have to give Calvin Pace a massive contract at outside linebacker. We don't have to give top dollar to a safety in the free agent market. There's probably going to be a lot of names. You're like, oh, this guy's got the 10th ranked guy in free agency at his position. Maybe he fits the scheme. Can't put a value on that. There's many guys around the league that aren't big, sexy acquisitions. But what do? They get into a position, they get in with a team, and they make the most of it. That's smart GMing. That's smart money. That's what we need. We don't need big contracts. We don't need to swim like Scrooge McDuck in free agency with a pit of money. We need to cut the right check. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, coming back for another appearance on the show, my good friend, the Buffalo Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, dude?
How are you, man?
I'll be better when we just start signing some free agents. Looking forward to the new year and put the all the other discourse behind us for sure.
How many $100 million contracts do you expect? Because, that's worked every other time we've done it.
Garrett Wilson, and that's it.
Exactly. Treat your own right. You don't think Sauce?
I don't think Sauce is extended this offseason. It wouldn't surprise me if they say, hey, we'll get him while the price might be low off the down year. But I think with everyone else, with Sauce, with AVT, Jermaine, Brees, I think you just wait and see what happens this year. I think Jermaine, you got to see him off the Achilles. AVT, you got to see him another second year healthy. Brees, he's a running back, so those contracts are a whole different ball game. And Sauce, let's see him fix the tackling issues, get 2 or 3 picks. And if he's a first team all pro again, then you give him, the 23 whatever $1 million a year. But I think Garrett is definitely the only no-brainer extension.
What do you expect him to get? You think he hits 30?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at like Jalen Waddle last year, the 28, and I think a little bit north of that makes sense. It's crazy. That's just what that's what they go for now,
What are you thinking? 4 for 120?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. 4 for 120 with the last year being funny money, probably.
Do you think there's any chance Garrett demands out because of the quarterback situation? Or how much of a percentage, if you had to say, Garrett demands out because of the iffy quarterback situation here?
I would say less than 50%, and I would say it's even less likely that they trade him, that they give into that demand. Look, he doesn't have a ton of leverage, so I'd love for Garrett Wilson to sign an extension with the Jets because he believes in the mission and he watches the Knicks Shine show every Wednesday night. But the reality is, like, he can play the violent sport he plays with the guaranteed money he has left, or he can play it with generational wealth guaranteed to him. And I think he'll probably do the latter.
Yeah, I've said here that, Engstrand and Glenn have to go sit down with him, Turner as well, and say, this is how we're going to utilize you. This is our vision for you. Show some Detroit Lion film of what they did with Jameson Williams and St. Brown and getting the ball downfield, and say, you know what? We don't want you getting the ball like Rodgers got you the ball 5 yards downfield at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. That's not your game. You're not built like that. We want to get you the ball where you catch it downfield and you can make one guy miss and go the distance. Something the NFL really hasn't seen you do yet. We want to bring you to the forefront. Brees, we want to use you like we use Gibbs. We want to use you as an exciting catch player who slashes through and get the ball out in space also. Because if you're getting the ball downfield, what are you doing also, Buffalo? You're opening everything up underneath for a guy like Brees Hall out of the backfield. So I would bring them together and say, we are going to structure this system and scheme around you guys. And you got your contacts in? You doing your best Gilbert Gottfried impersonation there?
No, I don't. I have my whole setup is different. I'm in an Airbnb, so yeah, my eye without any corrective assistance, my eyes are totally shot. So I'm doing the best.
I can relate. I wear contacts, and I saw you doing it. I'm like, oh, I know that face. But yeah, we're here with the Buffalo Jet fan. Thank you for watching. If you haven't hit the like button already, if you have any questions, you want to get on the air, Super Chat's a great way to do it. Thank you very much for being here. Now, I ask everybody this question. I'm going to throw it at you. I probably asked you before, but I'm going to ask you again. If you had to pick one of the 4 from the 2022 class that are not on this roster opening day, who are you looking at?
Oh, Brees. And for what it's worth, I think they'll all be back, but
Okay.
I'm just looking at the positional value, and I think if the Jets don't want to extend Brees Hall, they might look to move off of him. But I think he'll stay. But that would be the one, I guess, because I think it wouldn't make any sense. Like Jermaine to me feels very, very safe because I just don't imagine they move him off of the Achilles. It's a position we need him, position of need. He's not in a position to demand a contract off of the injury either. And I guess if Garrett demands a trade, that would be the only one. Sauce has been very adamant on social media. He wants to be a Jet. Yeah. Garrett, look, man, I said it on my show too. I was like, I want Garrett to be happy. I want the mission and goals of the Jets to align with Garrett Wilson's goals, but they can't go into the offseason saying our plan A is to make Garrett Wilson happy. You know, I don't think when the Lions were turning around their franchise, they said, all right, whatever we do, we have to make Amon-Ra St. Brown happy. No, they just did this stuff that a winning organization did. They just had good coaches. They built a good offensive line, got good weapons, got a quarterback who was good, you know, and there you go. and they utilized Amon-Ra St. Brown in a logical way that any team would do that's conducive to winning. And he also gets production and money as a result of it. So I don't really see it that way. Even the stuff of like that Samini put out that Garrett is way more likely to sign now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. And it's like, okay, I don't think it's the end of the world that Rodgers is gone, but we still probably aren't going to have a good quarterback. So it's not like the Jets are acquiring Joe Burrow, you know, it's going to be a minute until we draft and develop one until we could finally figure that out, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's my question for you. That's my next one. We've seen some big trades go down and come to agreement at the scouting combine. The Stafford Goff trade went down a few years ago there. That shook the NFL, right? Do you see the Jets possibly making a move for a surprise veteran at quarterback? I don't have a name, but I've said keep an eye out on somebody. Maybe it's a backup that they think will fit here. You know, like I don't think they're going big game hunting for a quarterback. I think it's a possibility that maybe they make a move for someone that they value and think will fit their scheme. And it might not be a name that wows people, but it might be somebody that they believe in.
Maybe a pass catcher, because if you look, I mean, it's pretty bleak. You know, I'm assuming Devontae Adams, unless they somehow get Carr, but I think Devontae is done playing games in MetLife regardless, man. He was so done. He was done within like 2 games. He's like, oh my gosh, this is how you guys live. And he was coming from the Raiders, and he said that our vibe was terrible. But you look at the wide receiver.
The only thing that was happy about was being with Rodgers. That was it.
Yeah. That was. I mean, he didn't want to be a Jet. He just wanted to catch passes from his Hall of Fame quarterback, who's his buddy. No shade in that. All good. But yeah, a pass catching unit is going to be pretty. It's going to need some work because you have Garrett Wilson. Okay, he's a wide receiver 1. Then we don't even. And if Lazard is gone and Adams is gone, I don't think you could pencil Corley in any higher than like wide receiver 4. I mean, Gibson is like a roster bubble player, and then Conklin's a free agent. So who's your second best pass catcher? Your second most accomplished pass catcher that's not a running back behind Garrett that's on the roster right now is like Jeremy Ruckert. There's some work to be done there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that brings me to a question from the chat that I saw. Thunderlips asked, Buffalo, saw your top draft selections. Why do you want Tet so bad? I agree, but like to hear your explanation.
Well, I definitely, when in doubt, I lean offense. So I think he and Mason Graham, you could make a case. Will Campbell, that they're all similar level prospects, even if you ranked Graham or Campbell ahead of him. I think it's a desperate need for pass catcher, and I think it's a spot where need, talent level, and fit stylistically with Garrett Wilson are all married together, and you have a defensive-minded coach. I do think that as bad as defense was last year, you get Aaron Glenn's hands on it. Remember, it was still okay until they fired Saleh. So the defense was good for 2 1/3 seasons. And then it was terrible once they made a switch at coach. So I'm hoping Aaron Glenn can coach up the defense to some extent.
There was 3
but-
shots very quick. Jermaine got hurt, Salah got
Yeah.
fired, and Mosley was down. You
Yeah.
got your do-it-all defensive end, the brains of the defense, and then the guy who schemed it looks like.
Oh, dude, it was everything. And then
Three
Michael Carter
massive-
playing with Michael Carter was hardly available the whole year. He plays a crucial
Looking it up.
position. So that was
was
a
like Ben
a
Simmons.
massive loss.
Try to play, sit a little bit. Try to play.
I can't believe they didn't IR him, dude. I'm like, you're platooning this guy playing like 30% of the snaps. What are we doing here? So
Yeah.
Isaiah Oliver was basically a starting corner. And then obviously like Kinlaw was a bust. Reddick decided to hate money. It was just 10 different things compounding to make the defense just completely fall off. But I mean, there is still like you got Quinnen, Jermaine, and Will McDonald. Those are 3 good defensive linemen. If they bring back Sherwood, they still have 2 good linebackers and they still have 2
You
good
think they do?
corners. I think Sherwood is going to be playing for like Ulbrich or Salah. I think he's
You
gone.
think we tag him to trade?
Ooh, is he that
I don't
level of
think DJ
player?
Reed is getting tagged, right? We're not going to tag
No.
DJ Reed with the chance of paying him 20-something million. It's not worth it. But
No, DJ Reed's gone.
Sherwood, if you want to keep him, you tag him, right? If you're afraid, if you can't come to agreement with him and you know he wants to test the market, and I know that the tag window just opened, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the only guy that has a chance. I'm not saying it has to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if Sherwood gets tagged. Just because of the fact that if we're going to lose you, let's get some comp immediately for it.
Right. Is this right? This says SpotTrack has it at 25 million for a linebacker tag for 2025.
Is it really?
But is that like edge? That can't be right. I know it only says defensive end, defensive tackle, and then linebacker. It says 25 million.
Oh, then
Yeah.
not him.
There's no way. There's no way you could.
18.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but corner's 19. That's not happening with DJ Reed. So I'd be okay if they re-sign Sherwood. It's just you don't know this regime didn't coach him, didn't draft him, and so if Ulbrich aggressively pursues him down in Atlanta, I could see him going there.
Yeah, that's why I thought we could capitalize on it. But if the number's that high for a middle linebacker, Dom, welcome, Dom. Thank you. It is correct. They blend outside backers and inside backers together.
So
know.
TJ Watt impacts Jamie and Sherwood's franchise tag number. They gotta fix that. What are we doing here, man?
Wow. Yeah, that was something I thought. Do you think we keep him?
I would guess Sherwood is gone. And Reed is gone. I think
Financially
maybe
or scheme fit? What do you think's more driven?
money. But I will say I think Sherwood and Quincy are both a little bit redundant. I think they're both meant to play next to a CJ Mosley. But I mean, if you lose him, you create another hole. Linebacker, right?
Yeah. I think Mosley and Sherwood are both gone.
Yeah. I think
I've been
Mosley
doing mocks, I've
retires.
been taking a linebacker within the first 3. I love trading back from 7. I'm not in love at 7. If Carter and Hunter aren't there, which I don't think they will be, I'm okay with trading back, trying to get another pick between 42 and 92. Like I want another pick in that 50 spot like window. And I think someone's going to jump for Genty. I really do.
Someone's going to come up to 7 for Genty with the Jets.
I think the Bears, the Cowboys, like you put Genty with the Bears, you got those receivers, and now you got the stud young running back to help Caleb with Ben Johnson's system. How can you go wrong? Don't forget, this is a team that took Gibbs earlier than everyone expected a few years ago. So Ben Johnson's system has said he's gone to the table and said, get me the running back, get me this guy early. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears or the Cowboys, who we know the Cowboys love star power, we know they love the big name. I know it's rare that they would trade up, but I think that they could get itchy and finally go up for the running back. And I hope the running back goes before us because that means somebody else slid down to us, right? Whether it's Tat McMillan, whether it's Will Johnson, whether I pray to the Lord Jesus that it's Abdul Carter. It's crazy things have happened on draft day. But I love taking a linebacker. You know, my first 3 picks have been a weapon, a D tackle, and a linebacker, an edge or a linebacker.
Yeah, one spot. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go. I mean, because you have
Yeah,
tight end, defensive tackle, edge, safety. Like I think safety is one you could pencil in for like one of the first few days of free agency. They're gonna go peel off 7, 8, 9, 10 million a year for a starting safety. Just because the market's pretty decent, the free agent market's pretty decent for it, and you can't go into the draft needing four safeties, right? Like an entire safety room.
yeah.
So that's one. And one spot where I don't want the Jets to spend significant capital is the other boundary corner opposite of Sauce. If you could get Eccles back on a cheap deal, can one of him, Stiggers, or JBC be a mediocre starter? I don't think the Jets should go ahead and pay Carlton Davis 12, 13 million a year. Just not good resource allocation. I think you got to be able to find a cheaper solution to round out your trio with Michael Carter, who's well paid, and Sauce, who's going to be well paid.
Jake says thoughts on Jihad Campbell in second round.
Isn't he a linebacker?
He is, I believe, from Alabama.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Jake. Appreciate it.
Oh man, well, it's definitely very casual opinion. It's not like based on any film or anything. So if Dom is still here, he could probably answer to your question better. If they don't resign,
he's fine with him at 7.
is he being tongue in cheek? Is you really like him that much? Oh, all right. Hey man, if they lose Sherwood, then if they take a linebacker in the second round who's a day one starter, you can't be mad at that, right?
No, I mean if you're gonna, I'm very, very adamant about being a size queen for my defensive tackles. I need a minimum of 6'4", 315 is a starting point for me. I need to get back to big guys. I need to have somebody that can get double teamed and that can open up for Quinnen Williams to be Quinnen Williams and do what Quinnen Williams can do one-on-one against a guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
That now opens up a linebacker to go all over the place. Imagine a Quincy and somebody else just going all over the place, making plays, and having someone equal to Quincy, you know, maybe an upgrade in coverage over Sherwood. Sherwood did take some bad angles at times last year. I know he had the
Sherwood,
so he missed some tackles, but he got there a lot. But teams were also dumping the ball off on us a lot to make him get there. You know what I mean? He had a couple nice moments where he blew up the hole and made a good run stuff, but I don't know. I'm an old school linebacker guy, and I know the days of an old school thumping middle linebacker are over, but I need an impact player there. And if you get 2, like look at the 49ers with Greenlaw and not Wagner.
Warner.
Oh my God.
Fred Warner.
Tremendous. They make plays everywhere. They hit the run holes. They're doing it all. A younger guy to go with Quincy, I would be excited. You got to build the defense better up the middle. We got to be able to stop the run. Get me 2 massive defensive tackles. Get me a sideline to sideline linebacker, and I'm thrilled. And then I could deal with a trial by error cornerback for the year, you know, whether it's not a long-term answer. But get better up the middle. Do one thing this year. Fix the run. Stop getting abused in the run game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, up the middle, if you think about it, they were so bad because all the defensive tackles outside of Quinnen were terrible. It was Kinlaw and like a bunch of roster bubble guys.
Yeah.
Their linebackers were injured. And then the safeties were really, really bad. Like that was a big part of the run defense. The missed tackles. My guy Tony Adams, I couldn't defend him anymore with the rookie Ashton Davis angles. And then on the edges too, like Clemens he's supposed to be a big edge setter. He was terrible against the run with the decisions he made. And then Reddick didn't even try. So man, and edge is a sneaky need too. They need another like kind of starting caliber player to be along with JJ and with Will McDonald because JJ's off an Achilles and Will still is, he's not a guy you want to play 70% of the snaps. So edge is a sneaky need for the team too. We knew what it was. We built a 2-year window for Aaron Rodgers, and it just, the Achilles injury kind of blew it up.
Was the year. That was the year. You had the D, you had the special teams, and it sucks.
It blows, man. But this is where we thrive, though. No expectations. I think we could end up having like a fun season, and by that I mean we win 8 games and we're like in the wild card picture the last 2 weeks, just because of how little we expect. I see so much like we're going to win 3 games, we're going to win 2 games. I'm like, guys, we started like Chris Trevler and Tim Boyle for games, and we didn't win 2 or 3 games. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. We had like the lowest QBR season ever, and we still won 7. So just make one side of the ball good. Jump up with one side of the ball. Whether you go jump in the run rankings, I'd be happy with. If you go back to a run game and a defense, and then you go get the quarterback the following year, I'm fine with that. Because I want the quarterback to come in with a structure to succeed long term. It's something we don't do. We don't develop a quarterback. Part of the development of a quarterback is what? Having a system and having the pieces in the system where you can succeed when you hit the field. We don't do that. We draft a quarterback and say, make everyone great. And we have a bunch of dog shit laying around. So it's unfair to the quarterbacks. You know, Mark Sanchez went to 2 AFC championships. And then in that third year, he lost Cotchery. He lost Edwards, Brad Smith, and Jericho Cotchery. They brought in Jeremy Curley. That was who they brought in to replace. And then Stephen Hill. They did nothing. He lost Thomas Jones. He lost Sean Green. He lost LaDainian Tomlinson. It was horrible. You had the best offensive line in football. They started going away one by one. They did nothing to bring in and build around the kid. That's why he failed. That's why Geno failed in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Mark was probably I think Mark was the one that had the best situation, and he's the only one that left the Jets and got worse. But everybody else, Sam, Geno. I mean, do I think Zach Wilson's ever going to be a starter? No, but if he plays under a Sean Payton system, will he look better than he did under Nate Hackett? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but I will say with the Jets, for once, I mean, when's the last time, Nick? They only need to fill, depending on Morgan Moses, looks like maybe he's not going to be back. They have to fill one offensive line spot. I can't remember the last time it was only one. It feels like most years it's 3.
Yeah.
So they have that. You have a wide receiver 1. You have a running back who's good. So if this coaching staff is worth its salt, and not everything has to be perfect, for a quarterback to succeed or to figure out if he's good. But the Jets just haven't even had the minimum level to even determine it, right? Like Sam had a bottom 3 roster and a bottom 3 coaching staff.
Yeah.
But we're not that bad. We're not as bad off as that.
I don't think so, because we do have talent. And my biggest thing is I put a lot of blame on Rodgers, because the offense was so predictable. When he was running it down to 2-3 seconds, you knew it was a pass. When he didn't do that, you knew it was a run. It's a lot easier for the defense to play defense knowing what type of play is coming. He wasn't running all those checks and then handing the ball off. So you need a bit of unpredictability. You watch all these other teams, you see these creative play designs. We didn't have that. We didn't have the ability to catch the defense off guard. We didn't do one of the best plays of the season was against Indy. Comes out, breaks the huddle, under center, snaps the ball, play action to the running back. Everyone went that way. Rolls out, hits Yeboah. He walks in for a touchdown. Where was that the rest of the year? It was horrible to watch. And I do blame Rodgers for that a lot, because he wanted to be safe. You're throwing wide receiver screens and bubbles to Garrett Wilson like he's built like Calvin Johnson. Shit wasn't working, dude. Poor guy had everyone coming at him on defense. Like, he's the guy who wants to get downfield, cook, and get open. That's where his aggravation lied, in my opinion. That's why I think the new regime has to sell to him, we're not going to use you the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask out. Give us a chance. Let us show you how we're going to use you.
Yeah. Hey, look at Terry McLaurin. And it took them like 8 years, right? And they finally figured it out. Yeah. Even before Rodgers, Garrett's career here, 3 years, it's pretty shocking how few deep shots they've taken to him. And I understand that he's a slighter guy. He's like 190 pounds. So he's not going to be mossing people, but he can generate separation. He can track the ball in the air. He watched him at Ohio State. We watched Justin Fields throwing some bombs to him, and how many times have you seen them take a shot, like a play action where deep rollout, and they take a shot to Garrett Wilson like a deep post? We've never seen it in 30 years. It's almost incredible.
The last time I saw it was at MetLife. Mike White hit him against the Bears. The safety Jackson fell down and got hurt, and then he went the distance. That's like the only time I remember Garrett Wilson.
The weakest arm quarterback that we had.
Yeah. And it probably would have been picked if the defender didn't rupture his leg in the play.
Oh my gosh, man!
Thunderlips with the super chat. My wife said she's going to peg me tonight, and I have to call her Big Mike. How much diarrhea am I going to have tomorrow? All right. Thank you for the super chat. Should have pre-read that one. And
what?
Good luck.
Godspeed.
Good luck. I don't even know where to go with. Thank you for the super chat and sweet dreams, Prince. Boomtown, Nick, do you stop to think on your point that the play calls being sent in were so flawed based on what was being presented to him that he needed to change the play to have any chance of success? Occasionally, yes. But if the plays were so bad, he's pretty well spoken and capable of speaking up during the week, saying we should do this here instead of this. I just think he wanted the safe throws. That's the disservice. That if the game plan was so flawed, you had all week to open your mouth. To wait to get on the field and change the plays like a dictator when it's too late for them to do anything? No. Occasionally, yes, boom. But there's too many changes to just not. There's too much smoke there to not be a fire.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Rodgers did not respect the coaching staff, and obviously, the coaching staff was not worthy of respect. I think I've had this conversation a bunch where it's like, dude, people are like, oh, you want to talk about the coaching? And it's like, dude, come on, man. No one's defending Nate Hackett. Like, no one's defending Jeff Ulbrich. It was frustrating. I still think if Aaron Rodgers doesn't tear his Achilles and they don't have like the worst bottom 5 coaching staff in the NFL, it definitely could have worked. Like, I don't think anybody's denying that. But I do remember, I think that the frustrating part of the season in terms of that for me was watching when they switched to Todd Downing and watching the offense look as efficient and smooth and quick and balanced as it had all season in the loss to Buffalo, even though that wasn't on Rodgers, that wasn't on the offense, that was on they missed the kick, there's a dumb penalty, whatever. The defense, whatever. The offense scored enough points to win that game, and the offense looked really good in that game. And then they bring in Devontae, and he goes right back to, just hot routes and throwing gang signs to Devontae and doing all that. So that was definitely frustrating. I think with the AR, I don't know about being a dictator or all that. I really think that the injuries, you could tell he was so scared to get hit that he was doing whatever he had to do to the last second to try and protect his body. Because every hit, it felt like they were peeling him off the pavement, and like his body outline was on the turf. So I really think that's what it was. I just think his lower body just kind of betrayed him after all of the injuries, and that affected his confidence and the rest of it. So it's a bummer. We'll see if he goes somewhere else and he kills it. I will definitely take the L. I don't know, man. I think you tear your Achilles and you turn 40, and it's a bummer. But we'll see what they do. We're not going to have anyone good. I know we're probably going to like Justin Fields or whatever, but it sucks.
Before you go, give me your top 3. If we stay at number 7, your top 3, whether it's a trade up or a trade back, or if it's 3 straight players. What's your thoughts? What's your depth chart right now at 7?
So I like Ted McMillan a lot. There's a cluster in the top, but I like Ted McMillan a lot. Wide receiver, Arizona. I think that Mason Graham is a very safe pick. He'd probably be 2 for me, just because he, pretty much a starter for 3 years. Where somebody like Tyler Warren, who's probably just outside, I put him 4th in my tweet. But Tyler Warren really 1 year of big production as a 5th-year senior. Where Mason Graham, he's like a true freshman, and he was playing the same role for Michigan and interior defensive line. relatively premium position, very low bust rate, would help in both phases, desperate need. So Mason Graham would be one. And then number 3, dude, I like Will Campbell a lot, man. I don't know where he's going to play or if we have a spot for him, but Will Campbell is freaking nasty. And if the Jets just say F it, or if there's a spot to double down, it's the trenches. So I'd say Will Campbell. I don't know if he and AVT we can have that argument again.
I want a guard, and I want to move AVT out to tackle. I need a mauler at guard. When you look at the NFL today, you have massive guys inside at guard. And I think AVT is too finesse for me. He's not much of a power guy, and I want more power on the inside.
Well, ABT is definitely more of a wide zone blocker for sure. I think that when they made the switch this season, we kind of knew that is the run blocking. He wouldn't be as good. And also the injuries too probably impact his ability to drive more so than his anchor. So we'll see how he looks next year. I don't know if that would be worth it. Pick number 7, Will moving a left tackle to guard at pick number 7, but dude, it'd be a pretty nasty offensive line if you stick ABT and Campbell on your right side and you have Tippmann, Simpson, and Olu. Honestly, if they have good coaching and that is the personnel, it might be the best offensive. It has a ceiling to be the best offensive line in the NFL. It truly does.
There's a lot of potential. Luppy, thank you for the super chat. He says, not enough run plays, the result of Rodgers calling too many audibles out of the run plays. Yeah, and I know Brees had some tweets here and there that were a little cryptic, right? Would you say? Like a little hidden meaning about free. Didn't he have like a free 20 or something like that at one point?
Yeah, because I think it was going around that he still hadn't. I don't think he got 20 carries all year. So when that became a thing, I think that he mentioned that. I think he should have probably gotten 20 carries at some point for sure. Hopefully he does next year. Yeah. Ironically, they gave him 5,000 carries the last game in the snow against New England. Yeah. And then the whole next year he didn't get the ball 20 times.
Crazy. What do you have? Like 37 carries in that game? It was a snow game, granted, so you're not going to throw the ball too much, but I think he was in the 30s.
It was definitely over 30.
Jake with the super chat says, Rodgers with his Achilles on 9/11 after waving the flag and coming out was the biggest adrenaline dump ever. Time to move on. And you know what, Jake? I get that sentiment. I want it. Buffalo and I both were huge, ecstatic fans of the move to get Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And there's a large portion of our fan base that just wants to be right about it and wants it to work out so they could say that it did. Well, it's not going to. Not here. And if Rodgers goes to a team that's built and Rodgers goes to a team with structure and makes the playoffs, it doesn't mean he would have done it here. And fans have to accept that. If he goes to Minnesota, and they make the playoffs, they made the playoffs this year with 15 wins or 14 wins. If he goes there and wins 10 games, it's not like he would have won the 10 games here. Like there has to be logic. Right. And I know fans don't really like to, they get afraid when they do that.
Now, if he goes to the Titans and he puts them on their back from 3 wins into an 11-win season, then it's like, then we messed up.
It's going to be scorched earth.
Right, for sure, as it should be. I will wear that. I disagree with the idea of like, oh well, he still is great, but it's just time to move on. Like, I just don't think he has that level of play left in him. If he goes to some team that wasn't very good and he turns him around and he's got an offense on fire, I'll be like, I was absolutely wrong, and people will remind me of it. I want to say it. I know that people will remind me before I say anything. But I don't know. Who do you think we're getting at quarterback? Who do you want? Who's the mid quarterback that everybody hates that you hate the least?
That I hate. I'm a mobile quarterback guy. I got to have mobility in this day and era in the NFL. You got to get to the NFL system. I'm fine with Fields. Yeah. I'm fine on a 1-year flyer with Fields. Let Taylor remain the backup, and maybe coaching lightning in a bottle. We saw Sam Darnold go to Minnesota and all of a sudden be great. We've seen Baker Mayfield go to Tampa and all of a sudden be great. There's a reason Fields was drafted so high.
Yeah,
maybe it works, and if not, we're in a position to go all in 2026.
Right. I mean, why not? Would be my response to Justin Fields. Why not? I think that, the one thing is he still hasn't had good offensive coaching. Obviously, Mike Tomlin is a steady hand at head coach, but the Steelers have really struggled to find competent offensive coaching since Big Ben left. That offense was terrible last year. It got worse down the stretch when Russ was in there. So I wouldn't predict that Fields is completely unlocked into this insane dual threat quarterback, but could your identity be for a year that you're going to have a top 3, rushing offense, and he figured out how to stop throwing picks? Like we've seen worse. I mean, to be honest, the offense was terrible last year. I know coaching had a lot to do with that, but I don't like the idea that Justin Fields would be like the worst thing you've ever seen. I mean, if you list all the quarterbacks that have played for the Jets the past 10 years, he'd easily be towards like the top 3 or 4 of the. Yeah. I mean, they've started 6 quarterbacks the last 3 years who are definitely worse than him.
Yeah, I want to see unpredictability.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Like Big Fella with super chat. Thank you, Big Fella. Says Fields, Taylor, Dart. Let's effing go. Thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, Fields, Taylor, Cam Ward, if they could figure it out, because he's the only guy I got film on. I got the all 22 of Cam Ward in there today, and he's fun, man. I'll get into Jackson Dart though as well. At number 7, I would say I just based on what I know, that feels a little bit rich for Jackson Dart. I don't know if he's going to be there in round 2. I saw a mock draft where the Jets trade up to 31 to take him. I'm like, okay, all right, I can get down with that. At pick number 7. I'm not convinced on Dart, but it's a casual opinion as of now that will change. But Cam Ward's got
QB3 always goes early. Besides for the 1 year with
you're right.
Pickett, Levis, and Malik Willis, where everyone was shocked that Pickett went, and then Levis didn't go until like the 30s or 40s, and then Malik Willis was like the 50s. I don't know, man. I have that vibe about this quarterback class. I'm not intrigued or interested at all in this draft class.
No, well, I think the Cam Ward would be the guy, and I don't think he's going to be there. I think the Titans are going to take him. I think everything else is BS and smokescreen. But you're probably right, because you look at the QB needy teams at the top of the draft. Obviously, there's going to be like a couple of them that don't get Ward or Sanders, and they're not going like. For example, are the Raiders going to go the first 2 rounds of the draft without taking a quarterback? Highly unlikely. So you're probably talking minimum 3 to 4 quarterbacks off the board by the time the Jets pick in the second round. I think Dart ends up going in the first round. I think teams are just too Dart desperate.
Goes top 10.
He might do. I think if you look at these teams, seeing Tua Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence getting 52, 55 million a year, like F it. We'll just take a guy. We'll just start taking him higher. And hope it works out.
When you got the Titans, the Browns, the Giants, the Raiders, all needing quarterbacks, plus us, someone's going to either jump us or we're going to.
Yeah. We'll see with the Rams. They have an aging, Stafford. So there's like it's like a fourth of the league, just about needs a quarterback.
Yeah, this is my dream scenario. Abdul Carter somehow gets there. That's my dream scenario.
Well, then you have the opportunity to take one of the top 2 players in the draft or get a nice trade offer because someone will come up to get him. He's really good.
That would be. I did a mock where I did the top 7 picks only with all 7 teams, and I had 2 quarterbacks going. I had Hunter going. I had Graham going. I had Genty being traded up for, and then I had Will Johnson. And I was like, oh, shit, it can happen. Like, obviously it's a dream. I don't think he gets there, especially if the Browns trade away Myles Garrett. There's your replacement right there.
Right.
But Jake with the super chat. Value this year is round 2 through 5, trade down. Agree. I 100% agree with this, Jake. I think that the depth and the value is with the defensive tackles and linebackers in round 2 and 3. And for a team that needs those positions, absolutely. I don't want to reach on a player just to say we drafted that position. I want to get guys. I want to get the value. But thank you for the super chat. And Swamp Ranger with one saying, if we're reaching at 7, draft Membua from Mizzou. Starter at right tackle for 3 years in the SEC, 6'4", 335 mauler, and plays nasty. He's this regime's Sewell. I don't know much about him yet, Swamp Ranger. I really don't, but I will definitely look into him after you bringing him up.
Membu is nice, man. I mean, Sewell is definitely high praise. I don't think he's nearly the run blocker, but dude, Membu is nice. I think if you're looking for a silky smooth pass protector on the right side, I think he will go in the top. He probably will go in the top 15. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a second offensive lineman besides Will Campbell. So it might feel rich at 7, but you could say that for a lot of prospects. But man, if they are able to slide down to 12, 13 and they take M'Boo and you have your offensive line squared away, you could do a lot worse. He's young too. So certain guys on him, like Tyler Warren, I think he's 20. He's gonna be 24 at some point in his rookie season. So,
Big Fella says, and thank you for the super chat. Are we taking the whole Rodgers cap this year? It's a good question. Do you think now that since the cap went up so much, that makes them change their approach and maybe take the entire hit?
I don't think so. It's still a pretty big. It's like a $35 million difference for year one. So I think you'd want to split. I think they want to split that up. And Adams, they'll have some cap flexibility. They can get up to 90, maybe even close to 100 million, if depending on all the cuts they make. But I think it's going to be a June 1. Rappaport tweeted that he thought there was going to be. I don't know if that was a guess or speculation, but I think you split it up post June 1st because if they don't, it actually costs us cap space to cut him this year. But if they cut him post June 1, they save 10 million off this year's cap. So
okay, all right, awesome. Are we doing our usual our big mock where we do the teams since we do have a second rounder this year, or are we going to go 42 deep?
Why not, man?
Let's do it. For those who don't know, a couple years ago, myself, Dom, Tigo, Jeremy, and Adam Y2K, we did and Gunny too, right? Yeah. We did like randomizer to get teams, and we were those GMs and went through it and did the mock. So maybe we'll do that again.
Yeah, and Nick stuck me with the bag.
Dom did it.
Oh, Dom did it. It was Dom's
fault. And Dom made the choice that since it was your channel we were doing it on, you got the jet pick.
Actually, and I remember exactly what it was because I traded back and I took Brian Branch, and then I got 2 more second round picks out of it. I got Brian Branch, then I took like a right tackle, and then we had an additional second round pick. And everyone killed me, but if you look how that aged, I think Brian Branch, a starting right tackle, and whatever we did with that other second round pick will be pretty nice on this team. Maybe not as nice as Will McDonald, but I don't think it was the worst decision. Looking back now, Brian Branch is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's nice. And I don't want to praise him too much because I know how much Tico loved him.
Tico hated Brian Branch. But, all right, man, I got to run, brother.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Take care, guys. Appreciate it.
Great Buffalo Jet fan. Thanks, buddy. Jake with super chat. Dom season sub to his channel. Absolutely. He was in here earlier. Project Prospect with Dom C. If you haven't already, that's where I get all my draft info from. Go check out Dom. Where are we at? We're at 59 likes. We have 66 of you watching here right now. Everyone hit the like button, and we can do some call-ins. But until then, I have to use the bathroom. So enjoy this.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fountain. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. While YouTube is blowing up, I'm doing my part. I excuse myself every single time that I fart. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop us. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blows the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
What did I miss? Hey, Jay. Hope you're safe down there. I know you North Carolinians don't get snow very often. But thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Hawk is here from Down Under. What's up, our former Americano? Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn it. Where'd it go? All right. That's done. Bye, Sue. Where are we at? Looking at the like count right now, we are currently at 65. We are 4 short. 4 short. Let's see where we are. For those of you that may have missed it earlier, Sunday, we're going to start towards a raffle and a giveaway. I'm going to purchase a mini helmet of Sauce Gardner, autographed. And what we will do is for every $5 super chat, not membership, every $5 super chat, you'll be entered into a raffle. Probably do it for about 2 weeks and then raffle it off. Of course, we have to hit a minimum amount, I'm sure, with you guys and your desire to be in the raffle and win will be okay. But there will be a minimum that we have to get to. The legend himself is back. Hello, Charles Gorman. How are you, my friend? Let's see what we got here. I got to figure out why my dehumidifier is not taking water. It's running, the fan is on, but it's not getting any water out. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Stack. I appreciate you, sir. And I know. Why is this popping up like this? Membership gifting. Weird. Last night, Tommy gifted 5 memberships. And I did not do this. So I'm going to gift the membership. Thank you, Tommy, for last night. My membership went to Taylor Sterling. King Lowski, you bring the freaky, my brother. And King Lowski, if there's anybody who brings freaky, it's Charles. Charles, you want to tell everyone what's on your mind? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Very good. Very
I went on Jake's show today.
good. Because I saw, hold on one second, because the second your beautiful, charming face and charisma entered the show, the great Rick Kent said, I love it. I'm going to gift 5 memberships. Rick gifted 5. That went to Twisted, D-Rob, DeAndre Vega, Wyatt, and Jaro. Charles, your milkshake brings all the memberships to the yard. And thank you, Mr. Kent. Question from Big Will first. Do you think Martinez will make the team and move up from the practice squad? No, I don't. Whenever new regimes come in, they bring in their own people. That's not their people. That would be probably one of the biggest surprises if they hang on to Jordan Travis and Martinez. I think they're just going to bring their guys in, and it's not going to be someone like that. And Charles, you are making it rain right now because our friend David, the Detroit Lion fan, just became a member of the channel. David, thank you. Charles, people love your beard. I can tell when you're
Thank you.
typing. What are you typing?
To Jake.
You're shaking the phone as you're typing. It's not a great viewing experience for the people in the chat here, Charles. All right, we'll stare at the ceiling. I expected like superhero wallpaper on the ceiling. A little surprised.
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
Don't worry about it. That's just
I'm doing good, man. I talked with Jake and Roy what I want. As for Jackson Dart, a while ago I did watch some of his highlights. He looks like a talented player, but I think, according to his mechanics, he's very raw, but very talented. In terms of his passing, he looks like a potential productive player. His
okay.
mobility kind of reminds me of a bit of Josh Allen, where he likes to truck people and stuff.
All right.
And but the player I want, and I actually talked about it in the chat, I really want Tyler Warren out of Penn State. I think he's a great player.
All right. I'm not mad about Tyler Warren. And there's people who are going to say, "Oh, you didn't take Bowers last year." Well, last year the need was offensive line. They got the right pick last year. It's not the sexy pick,
Yes.
but when you have a left tackle and a guy who played as well as Olu did, it's the right pick. People get obsessed with stats, but guess what? We didn't have a quarterback who'd like to throw the ball downfield, so Bowers wouldn't have had those stats here. I'm pretty confident in saying that.
Yeah, that's true. And
But I don't mind
I
the
wouldn't
weapon.
mind
I
trading
like
back
the
up in the
early free
first round,
agency
taking in
picks out
another
there.
player.
Say again?
Huh? I wouldn't mind trading back into the first round and maybe later in the first round, like the 20s or the late early 30s, to take Jackson Dart and have him sit
I don't
behind
think he's
Tyrod.
there. I don't think he's there. QB3
You
always
think
goes.
he's a top 10 pick?
No. Do I think he is? No. But I think someone who needs a quarterback and someone who waits for the draft will
Well, that's what I meant to say.
overvalue
Do you think he
quarterback.
will be a top 10 pick? I'm
Yeah,
not saying
let
he
me
is a
answer
top
the
10.
question before you ask the next one.
Sorry.
I think QB3 will go early. When QB1 and QB2 go, someone's going to jump for QB3. That's usually how it happens. And I think he is QB3. I think it's not even a discussion that he's QB3. I'd be shocked if he's not the third quarterback taken. But that's where it is. And especially if multiple teams miss out on free agency, or the QB market in free agency goes bigger than people expect, or Rodgers retires, which opens up another spot, right? Because I kind of think right now we all believe he's going to go play somewhere. There's going to be desperation. If you went through the draft with the Giants and the Titans both needing a quarterback still, and possibly the Browns, QB3 is going to go.
Browns
And
need a
people
quarterback,
always jump.
Nick.
No one trades back to take a quarterback. People jump to take a quarterback. It happens time and time again. Nobody ever trades back for their guy. You don't take the risk of losing him. You go get him.
That's true.
Charles?
But I wouldn't mind Abdul Carter. He's the same height as
God,
Micah Parsons, but he's heavier than Micah.
Oh my! He's my dream. He's my dream selection is Abdul Carter. In a perfect world, Abdul Carter falls to 7.
But he's a linebacker, a defensive line. I forgot he's a linebacker,
But in a
right?
Steve Wilkes scheme that likes to blitz and be aggressive, it's the perfect guy to utilize. You use him like you use Parsons. You move him all around. You get creative. You free him up. You have Will McDonald, Jermaine, Carter, Quinnen, and another massive defensive tackle. You just move them around and you send 5 and say, all right, get rid of the ball. Or get sacked. You apply the pressure instead of and just blitz. But all right. I don't want you getting yelled at. Not on my behalf.
I do like Will Campbell from LSU.
Yeah, he's my fourth guy. He's my fourth guy. My Carter, Hunter, Ted McMillan. I probably put Campbell above Will Johnson, and then Graham would be six. But Charles, go to sleep, or just don't get yelled at for talking to me. I'm not telling you to go to bed, but just don't get yelled at.
I'm speaking low as I can.
I know, but I don't, and I got some other people waiting. Charles, you're a legend.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, I guess, earlier in the day. Have a good day,
Okay.
buddy.
You too. God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Charles Gorman. Now, there's only one way to go from there. We bring in the suspender wearing madman, Mikey.
Hey, I have it. I have it.
All right, it's working. You look awesome.
Yeah, I was happy Bobby lost the weight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I forgot to watch the show, but I watched it this morning. It was pretty cool. We got to see Jen Grace too. She's pretty.
Ooh,
Are you coming up? Are you coming up March 29th?
I'm not sure the exact day yet. We'll talk as we get closer. I promise you. If I come up there,
Yeah,
I'll
let
come
Bobby know. Let Bobby know. We could all go for pizza together.
All right.
Yeah, pizza. How you like
We'll
that?
get Bobby grilled chicken. He's not going to have pizza the day his weight loss contest ends.
No, me and Bobby could have the grilled chicken with him.
Maybe, just maybe, he can get us discounts where he works. Hopefully he's working by then.
Yeah, and yet, what you call it?
Yeah.
Allison. What was the rapper? Allison, no. The rapper.
Oh, the rapper? The rapper is Bobby Midnight.
No, the rapper. You know, the guy, Allison got the gifts from the rapper guy?
Jada Kiss.
Jaden Hiss?
Jada.
Jada Hiss. How you spell that?
Jada Kiss.
Oh, I thought it was Kiss.
You're going to start playing it in the car, nice and loud? We're going to use play some hip-hop?
Yeah, can you play your music for me?
I can't play his song on here. I can't.
Well,
but
I know,
Jay Graves comes in with her 4-month super chat saying, Mikey is my homeboy.
Yes, she's my homegirl. Yeah.
Ooh, very fancy, yeah. Mikey.
Yeah, so how you spell? It's not Kiss, the rapper, right? Can you write it? Tell Bobby, and Bobby could write it down for me.
Oh.
Can you let Bobby know his name? Because I really,
that was my internet.
Yeah, you hear me?
My internet froze.
No, you didn't. I hear you.
Okay. Hi.
I love you.
Are you? I love you too, buddy.
Not in a gay way.
Never.
Wait.
Never in a gay way.
Yeah, can I get a pen and write that rapper down? Because everybody wants to hear his songs.
I will text it to you right now. So it'll be on your phone, okay?
Yeah, text it to me. I got the message. I could get the message.
You get text?
Yeah, I know how to do that. My friend showed me. My friend did show me.
There you go. There's the name. I just sent it to you.
All right, thanks. We go rock like the Jets in the homeboy land. We got Aaron Glenn. He's picking Justin Fields. We go kick some butt. We go 12-5 this year because we are the Jets. No doubt about it. With the Raptors, the homeboys, with Allison and his homeboy too. Amen. How you
Amen.
like that?
I like that. I like that you threw amen at the end of a freestyle. You don't see that very often. Mikey putting his own personal twist on it.
Yeah,
Mikey?
I told you Aaron Glenn had a surprise for me. My buddy, is coming. Justin Fields, he's coming.
All right.
He's coming.
But he's coming, but not in a gay way, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Me
all
and
right.
Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson's gonna hang out together with the homeboys in the ghetto.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, you know Brattleboro?
I do know Brattleboro, yes.
You know what they call it? The Little Bronx.
The Little Bronx? I was unaware of that. I'll have to Google that later. Jake comes in with a super chat saying, "We got this, Mikey."
Yeah, we got this Super Bowl. Here we go.
There we go. Mikey?
Now 4-12. There's no more 4-12.
No more
Aaron,
4-12. 4 and
no,
13
Aaron,
maybe, but no 4 and 12.
12-5. Aaron Glenn said we go 12-5.
Awesome. Mikey,
I hope.
your positivity is infectious. I love it. You bring a smile to everyone's face every time you call in. And
Yeah.
I may have a surprise for you that I'm going to send you in the mail soon, okay?
Okay. What about that guy Jeff Kent, our friend? You know that guy?
Jeff Kent, the baseball player from the Mets
Rick
and the
Kent.
Giants? Oh, Rick Kent, his brother.
Yeah,
That's
Rick
his brother.
Kent. Yeah, Rick Kent. Remember I talked to him about his show?
Yeah.
He's pretty
You know
cool,
his
right?
brother, right? His brother's Jeff Kent, who used to play with the Giants and the Mets and played with Barry Bonds.
Remember that?
Yeah, Jeff Kent is Rick Kent's brother. Don't tell
Holy
anybody, though.
cow,
Okay?
that's pretty awesome. I know someone famous.
Yeah, Rick Kent is famous.
Yeah, you know Lou Pinella?
What?
You know Lou
I don't know him personally. Rick Kent with a super chat saying, "Tell Mikey I say hello and you're his homeboy." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm waving
Hands
my
up.
hand.
Hands up. All right,
Hands
Mikey.
up.
Thank you for calling in. I have some other people waiting to get on.
Yeah, tell everybody I love them. Make sure everybody knows on your show I love them.
You tell them right now. Everyone's watching.
Everybody, I love you. The Jets, don't worry, the Jets are in good hands with Aaron Glenn and the other guy, the GM, the new GM, Moiko or something. I don't know his name.
Muji.
Pussy. Yeah, that'd be
close enough. That works.
Yeah,
Mikey, thank you for calling in. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay, love you, brother.
Love you, buddy. Not in a gay way.
Not in a gay way, right? You
Never.
can shut this
Never the
off.
gay way.
Okay, I'll try to shut it off now.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mikey Midnight. Never in a gay way. A lot of love, but just a straight way. I'm going to bring on, I think, a first-time caller. And how do you follow that, Mike?
I don't know how you follow that, man. Mikey Midnight's got bars for days.
He was moving and freestyling, and he throws an amen at the end of it like it was a prayer. Very, very.
Yeah, that was
moving.
Awesome. The music video with Charles had me dying, man. It always has me dying whenever you play it.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, but I wanted to call about the Justin Fields take because, to be honest, man, it just makes too much sense. You know, from where we are, from where the Jets are right now, in this in the 2025 season, it just makes too much sense because obviously we have Tyrod Taylor moving on from Aaron Rodgers, but this is a young kid, like you said, you like the dual threat quarterbacks. This guy has already in his young career rushed for over 1,000 yards in a single season. This past season, he led the Steelers to a 4-2 record before Russell Wilson was taken over. Yeah. This guy has connections with Jeremy Rucker, with Garrett Wilson, obviously, as he was their college quarterback at Ohio State. Yeah. And let's say that everything works out well with him. We just found our franchise guy. And worst case scenario, if he comes in and he shits the bed and he sucks, well, obviously we can go all in 2026. So I just think it just makes too much sense, man, for us to go in on Fields and kind of do whatever it takes to get him, because obviously we have the track record of drafting these quarterbacks and they haven't been working out. We all know what happened when Sam Darnold, he went out. He's basically becoming a journeyman, and then he had this opportunity with the Vikings, and all of a sudden he's like, the top guy in free agency here. He's not going to be coming back to us. But Justin Fields can have that same trajectory where he's kind of been bouncing around a little bit, and as he's getting a little bit older here now, maybe now it's time for him to really solidify his game. And coming into the NFL, he's always been that one read guy. But to be honest, in today's modern day NFL, all you need is the first one or two reads, and then if you're mobile, you can run. So he doesn't need to be that traditional pocket passer going through his third, fourth, fifth reads. He can just do one or two reads and then run the ball if he has to. So I just think it makes too much sense for Fields.
Yeah, and if you have a scheme that you can design around the player instead of making a player try to fit your scheme, but being smart enough and having the vision to build the scheme that brings out the best in your quarterback,
Right.
you never know, man. Like, you never know when it just clicks, when coaching relates to a player and the player just gets it. We've seen many guys throughout the years bounce around the league. We've seen guys leave here and find success. Why can't we be the team that finally gets one of those guys? And why can't this be the coaching staff that brings the best out of somebody? I have a question for you. Is it daylight where you are?
Yeah, I actually live in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I live in the Philippines, so it's daytime right here. It's 11:39 a.m. here.
Oh, all right. Look at that. More
Yeah,
people
yeah.
from halfway around the world. We got
Yeah,
Stack
but
over Hawk now, and Craig,
Stack and
Sarah,
Hawk
now
on
you.
over here. But one last thing. I know you got other callers, but
Yeah, what's up?
I guess like obviously over the last 13, 14, 15 years now, we haven't had much success here. We haven't been in the playoffs, and we haven't had a lot of hope. But the thing is that if Justin Fields can come in and let's say he is our guy and he can be our guy for the future, and we draft someone like a T-Mac, Ted McMillan there at 7, and we're able to draft like a right tackle in the 2nd or 3rd round there. I mean, this offense can really do some damage. We could really be set up for success here, really. So I guess like that's the only hope that I really have is for this season is that if we can just get a young guy in here and be able to try to salvage this upcoming season, because it really shouldn't take you 3-4 years anymore to rebuild and make the playoffs. Like look at the Commanders this past season. So. Obviously, we don't have a Jaden Daniels in the draft. We're not even drafting that high anyway. But can a guy like Justin Fields possibly be something similar to him? I think he can. So, but man, thanks for taking my call.
You go get someone like McMillan. You get a tight end. You get a right tackle. Why can't we? You go bring in Tim Patrick from the Lions, and now you got McMillan, Wilson, and Patrick out there. You got a legitimate wide receiver core. And if the quarterback doesn't work out this year, now you bring in a rookie in year 2 with a structure 100%. and the pieces in place to succeed. Thank you for calling 100%. In. I appreciate it, man. And call in anytime. Great call.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
Bye. Be good, buddy. Next up, Luppy.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
How you been, pal?
All right, good. I have to say it. We are in quarterback hell. You got to admit it. I mean, there's nobody who's going to come in this year that's going to improve our team or help our team and be our future quarterback. We're all grasping at straws. We're looking at, let's get Fields. Let's get this guy. This guy's going to change our frame. No, we're not. We need to focus on building our team right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 years before we get something that's actually going to get us sustainable and get us to the future. Other than Winston, like a lightning in a bottle, it's the only guy I see. He reminds me of Testaverde back in 96, 97. He's throwing a lot of interceptions, a lot of down the field passes, touchdown interception ratio. And if somebody can control him, then we have something. But other than that, I don't see it but Parcells was an established coach at that time. So we have a new regime, and I don't see that happening. So we have to buckle up, is what like he says. And we need to get the team together first and then get the quarterback. That's what's going to happen with us. So, guys, we have to sustain our team. We have to think smart when we're going into the draft, not reach for these quarterbacks that aren't going to do something for us today because they're not going to do something.
When was the last 2 times that we've had a quarterback come in and do well? Pennington, who came in with the structure that Parcells built, he came in and succeeded.
Yes.
Sanchez came in. We traded up from 17 to 5 that year.
We had an established team.
We weren't a bottom team. We had the offensive line. We had weapons in place. And we found success.
This is our year to establish the team. And I feel next year is when we get the quarterback. And that's what I feel is going to happen if we're going to do it right. There's going to be a lot said in what we do as far as the free agent quarterbacks go. I think we're going to run it back with Tyrod Taylor. I think they were very definitive on what they were doing with Rodgers even before Rodgers came into that meeting. I think that they know what their focus was to build a team, just like Detroit did, because it's Aaron Glenn. I know they got Goff, but that was like, somebody was established. And, even though he was young and he had talent, we don't have anybody. There's nobody out there now right now. So you build a team, you focus on the team. And that's what I think we need to do first. And then from there, we get the quarterback that we need. And Tyrod's okay, but he just can't last the season. Everybody knows that. But what if he does? If this is that, that's the promise. That's what we want to do. But listen, I'm a fan. I'm always going to bleed green, and I've been through this so many times. And so have you, Nick. You know what I mean? And
You have the. I got to ask you a question here.
Yeah.
You have the New York Giants Super Bowl?
No. This is 29, buddy. This is it didn't matter. Come on. I just pulled it out. I just was going through stuff, and
that was the game that Steve Young got the monkey off his back.
I couldn't even remember that I had this shirt. I put it on my God. This is late. It was 1995.
26?
Super Bowl 29. I was 29 years old then. So,
nice.
Yeah.
It
was in my closet.
26. Steve Young beat Stan Humphries.
Very good, Stan Humphries. That's the name, man. The guy was having a phenomenal year, and then he just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
He was almost like jet-like.
Yeah. I remembered Steve Young at the end of the game, like pretending to have the monkey on his back, and they peeled it off of him now that he finally had won one.
Was it Jerry Rice that did that? Was it Jerry Rice that pulled that off him?
I don't remember who did it. I remember him like standing there, and then someone pulled it off, and he's
I thought it was Jerry Rice, though. Somebody correct me in the chat.
It might be.
Good call, though. I remember that. That was awesome.
Good sweatshirt. You know what? To be that many years ago, and it still fits you, is like a Super Bowl victory for you, my friend. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's a win in its own right there, that you have had a sweatshirt for that long, and it fits you. That can't be beat. Good for you. Lucky. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you for calling in, pal.
Anytime. Love you.
Good call. Have a good night.
You too.
All of these guys calling in, we might have to switch it up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we have Jay Graves.
Hey.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
I love that.
Not directed at you.
No, I know, but every time you play it, I love it.
Hell yeah. Gotta play that.
So
you're home girl.
So in Jake's that Cohen, I have like 2 things I could do, and yours I only have 1. Because I was gonna put Mikey's homegirl. Like, you know how you can put your name and then put like a something under it? You know what I'm talking about? Or am I just
right now? Hold on. Oh.
I didn't see the option to add more under Jay Graves. Yeah, put Mikey's homegirl.
Done.
Yeah. So the new caller, I will say, I love new callers. Keep calling in. That's amazing. I'm gonna push back a little bit. He was like, "Oh, Fields is gonna be our franchise guy." Fields, in my opinion, is not a franchise guy.
I think he said maybe you get lucky and he could be your franchise guy.
For sure. But I think at first, yeah. I feel like he doubled back at the end and said that, but I think he's like, "Oh, he'll be our franchise guy." And I was like, whoa. I'm all about Fields, but he's not a franchise guy. My whole thing is...
Oh, but there could be potential, right? Like Darnold.
Oh, for sure. I would love it. I mean, I'm a Jet fan. Please be a franchise guy. Yes. But like you said, sign him to a 1-year deal. Prove it. You prove it. Please be our franchise guy. You got the mobility.
Fields, you want a 1-year deal. Because if you have that Baker Mayfield, you have that Sam Darnold, you have that Geno Smith season, you want to capitalize immediately. You don't want to play that second year stuck, and now you're back to square one. So if you blow up in 1 year with a system, it's like, all right, you pay me, or now someone else is going to go pay me.
Right. And I will be all for that. But we're not going to sign him year 1, and he's our franchise guy. Like, he's not right now, he's not a franchise guy.
No.
So my whole thing... Sure. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there potential?
Yeah. Get the ladies, the ladies like that. That nice beard, we like that.
Lovely. They love it.
We do.
We do. Nice. So,
But
yeah,
my
I mean, you're taking a chance. You're betting on a guy, uh, and he's actually here. Sorry, that's what I meant. Just a 1-year prove it deal to see if he can be the guy. If not, we
got
are
you, buddy.
drafting high in 2026.
Like I said, all the love. Keep calling into Nick's show. Nick needs like
Yeah, that was a
not
good
that you
call.
need it, but support Nick, please. He's my boy.
Absolutely. Hell yeah! Don't piss her off. Nobody pissed Jay Graves off. I'm not even that bold.
So my other thing is I I like Fields. I also like Jameis Winston for a locker room guy. So
Yeah,
Jameis did say also in that interview that last offseason, maybe two seasons ago, he was working on his speed and agility. So he's working on that. He's also a 11-year veteran. So take that as it is. You're working on your speed and agility. He's not a Justin Fields. But also sign Justin Fields that 1-year deal. I want to get the ammo for a trade up for 2026. Like say Justin Fields doesn't work out. Let's get all the ammo and let's move up not next year, 2026. And get because that QB class is so much better than this year's QB class. So much better.
agree.
This
Agree.
is
If we
a
move
Zach
back
Wilson
7,
QB class.
I want a
Yeah.
second rounder in 2026 if we do move back. I want the ammunition to go up then.
Exactly. I would love to move back right now, unless we have some kind of generational defensive or offensive lineman falls to us at 7. I would love to trade back, just not a whole lot, maybe 5-ish spots, like where you could still get something decent.
Yeah.
But if who you want, who you love isn't there, trade back with you because we are so up in the top that there's going to be people or teams, I'm sorry, spot. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's always need. You just hope that somebody wants to jump. Like I'm very big on somebody jumping for Genti, the running back, whether it's to us or I think if he gets past the Raiders at 5, you could be like Raiders get their quarterback free agency. I think they're brilliant to take
I think
Genti.
the Raiders are drafting,
Neil
honestly.
Powers.
I think the Raiders are drafting. That's my gut feeling, is that the Raiders are going to draft either Cam Ward or Shador Sanders.
Oh, I think
I
they're both
can't
down by 5.
But I can see. Wait, so do the Raiders have any kind of capital to trade up? Well, do they have any kind of capital to trade up
I'm
and
not
grab the guy
sure.
they want?
I'm not sure on their capital.
I feel like
They're
in
6.
my
They're right
gut,
ahead of us.
I feel like they are going to draft a QB. I don't know why, but there's something intuition is telling me Raiders are going to draft somebody.
Okay. It could be.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know nothing about nothing, but part of me is like, hey, they're going to move up. I don't know why I think that, but I do.
All right. I like it. Bold. And who am
And that
I to
helps us
question
out.
your intuition?
Everybody should question my intuition.
Oh, stop it. You're great. Jay Graves. I'm sorry.
I
Mikey's
love
home,
you. No,
bro.
you're
Thank you for
yes,
calling in.
Mikey's
I would say
love you,
that to
Nikki.
you in return, but I don't want to upset Mikey now that he
Right.
has buyer's rights to you.
Yes. Always good to see you, Nick. Love you.
This way, if another relationship forms, at least you don't have to go all the way to Australia. Vermont is much easier to get to than Australia is, so that's a positive.
Oh, that kind of relationship.
All right,
I will
awesome.
not.
Thank you
I have
for
no
calling in.
comment. Love you.
Maybe we'll see you in the DP later.
Perhaps if I don't fall asleep.
There you go.
Like others not doing the DP.
Yeah, you don't want to be like all the
But-
guys falling
But
asleep.
wait, the DP is amazing. Shout out! I'm gonna plug Nick real quick here. Our DP
You
is
never,
awesome.
never say DP is amazing and then follow it with I'm gonna plug Nick. Can we just watch our words here, please?
I'm sorry. It's late. My brain has been going for a long time. I'm fried.
He's never gonna let me hear the fucking end of that. Thank you, Mike.
But I want to say, if y'all want to come and hang out with awesome people, not just Nick and me, but other awesome people, pay for your membership. I mean, we love our gifted memberships. Not gonna say we don't, but if you want that extra, what's it? What's Nate? Nate is
Crazy
from being a Jets fan. He's a oh, what's that word? It's escaping me.
for
He
Nate.
is Nate.
Oh,
So Nate,
asshole. The word's asshole.
yes, that. But also being a Jets season ticket holder, he has shit. Somebody's gonna put in the chat.
A
Oh,
scooter.
I can't
Bike.
think of the word.
Perks.
Basically, perks. So if you want the perks and you want to be amazing,
Thank you, Greg. You showed up at a great time. Thank you. That's there you go. You're welcome.
where is Nate when you need him? Nate is never here when you need him because he would tell me the word. Because were you there in Bobby's channel when he was doing his your season ticket holder thing? No, not nostalgic. Shit, what is it? It's gonna Bob. Wait, can I Google it? Can I old woman internet while I'm sitting here?
You can old woman internet. Go ahead.
Oh no, I can't.
I
I
tell you
can't
what.
because they'll
I'll
kick
put
me
you in the
out.
back. You come back in a minute, okay?
Yes,
You
I
figure it out.
will.
So you
Thank
got
you,
everyone on a
perfect.
freaking cliffhanger right now. It's like to be continued.
How does nobody else know this? Why am I the only one?
All right.
You all suck.
Thunderlip says money.
Yes, you have prestige. Prestige. That's the word.
Oh,
Prestige.
Tom Ace.
Tom
Coming
Ace.
in.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so if you actually renew to the Nick Shine Discord, you have prestige. That was the word I was looking for because it's fancy.
Nice. I like it.
Prestige. Yes. Love all you guys. Thank you, Nick.
That plug was so long it turned into one of those old school infomercials at like 3:00 in the morning.
I'm sorry.
What we got right here is 1997 Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck.
It's prestige. That's the word that was escaping me. Love
Thank
you,
you
Nick.
so much. Love you
You
too.
had prestige on the Nick Shine DP. That's the
Fancy. Titillating. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Next up, we have Tommy. What's up, brother?
Nick, what's good, brother?
Ooh, your audio's rough. Try to say something again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's popping and cracking real bad.
Damn, bro, that sucks. It happened to Bobby
Oh, I
show
know
too.
you.
I don't know what's wrong. I have no headphones.
Let me kick you. Try to come back in. See if maybe refreshing StreamYard or whatever helps. I'm gonna kick you out and then try to come back in. All right, we'll bring you back on and try.
All right.
Don West. Yep. Guy, you come in 2:00 in the morning, 3:00, sit there, put on TV, and just watch him sell knives and rookie cards. He was eBay before eBay. But I saw a couple comments. I don't know who said them. Forgive me. But you can't demand this regime to do everything it takes to win in year one. You want them to build it so that it's built the right way, guys. They don't, I keep saying this. They don't give a shit about the 14 years without the playoffs. They're trying to figure out how do we get in the playoffs year after year after year. We want that. We need that. We don't want a 2015. We almost made it, and then we don't even get anywhere close again. We don't want to go all in, lose everyone, 23 one-year deals, and now we have to build a team again. You want them to build it the right way. And if you have to have a building block year, you do it. Because it could lead to greatness. Does teams get lucky? Yes. Does Houston Texans get lucky? Yes. Does Washington get lucky? Yes. Did the Bengals get lucky with Burrow? Yes. It happens. But it's not a failure if it doesn't happen because you can build it the right way. That's what you want. You want to be a team with structure, with quality coaching, with a good vision. It's not overpaying people to get there. Spend their money wisely. and bring in the right people. Let's try Tommy again. Tommy.
Nick, the audio okay?
It's horrible.
No. All right. I gotta get something fixed then.
Yeah, it's real bad, man. I'm sorry. Go Jets. I heard that. Be good, brother. Keep up the good work, okay? All right. Proud of you. I'm sorry that didn't work. Man, he was waiting for a while too. Damn. Yeah, that was really bad. I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad. He was waiting in the back for a minute. I was looking forward to talking to him. It's been a while. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that time. No one else in the back waiting. What did we learn today? Drop your what did we learn. What did we learn? We had the Buffalo Jet fan on. We had some great callers. We had first time callers. We had old school callers. Brandon, welcome. Spot on with that one, Nick. Can't believe that's controversial with this fan base. Well, Brandon, a lot of people are emotional about being a fan. I get it. As a fan, of course I want to win. But what I do when I look at it from a front office perspective. I look at it from a coaching perspective. If you try to bring everyone in at once, like Washington did many years ago, like the Jets have done many times, it's fucking failure. Why would you want the same thing that has led to failure to happen again? That's insanity. Let's rush it. Let's not wait. Let's not build it the right way. It's failure. It's guaranteed failure. Thunderlips, very good. I learned if I drop a super chat, you will not pre-read it. Very good. You got me fantastic with that. And congrats to your wife on the pegging. Yeah, Brandon, that's how I am with this. Do I want to win? Of course I want to win. Do I want to celebrate? Of course. But I can also look at it and see the holes in the roster. And I can look at it and see what needs to be built. And I can look at it and say we need 6 starters on defense, plus depth pieces, plus a new tight end room, plus possibly 3 wide receivers. There's a lot that we need. Tom Ace learned, very good. It's always sunny in the Philippines. Fantastic. Clancy, we learned that to Jay Graves, Nick is her favorite. Addison learned, I'll see Nick get plugged in the DP later on by Jay Graves, dude plugger. I learned Jake will never stop arguing and attacking Allen. And I'm here for it. I enjoy it. Now, we did hear that I am Jay Graves' favorite, but we also saw that Jay Graves changed her name to Mikey's homegirl. How do you feel about that, Mike? Got nothing to say. He's speechless. Guess he came back for more. And if we compete and we're close in games and we only win 4, you're in a position to go get an elite quarterback in 2026. Do I want to win? Of course. Do I believe that the coaching can win more than 4 games? Right now I do, and I don't even know half the roster. What do you got? You coming back for more? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I know you're rapping. You're like Aaron Rodgers changing plays at the line of scrimmage. You want me to run a fade route? Oh, I'm Garrett Wilson. You don't want me to run anywhere? Just turn and catch. There's 7 guys coming at me, but I got a lot of targets. I understand, Mikey. Well said. Mikey, wait. Don't talk. Hold on. I can't hear you. Don't say anything. Everyone in the chat wants to know. Wait, listen. I love you too, not in a gay way. Hold on, listen. Do you like boobs or butt? Mikey, look at me. Mikey, boobs or butt? Yo, you care about the heart? You want me to steal second? I'm your brother. You're number one. God bless America. Pledge of Allegiance. Canada's up north. Go to second base. All right. I love you. I can't hear you. I don't know if you know that or not. Good night, buddy. Tommy, trying again?
Jake, sorry, not Jake. My
Not
boy, no, not Jake. Nick, how are you? Can you hear me now?
It's not as bad, but it is a little rough.
All right. I just want to say the beard is doing excellent.
Thank you. Yours as well.
I shaved it off a while, like 2-3 months ago. I shaved it off. It's grown back. I want to appreciate you for being the man that you are and helping me in my life that nobody needs to know about besides me and you. And I'm a frustrated Jets fan, man, because I'm a little bit opposite of how you feel about the Aaron Rodgers situation. He was hurt the first year. He tore his Achilles. It takes a 40-year-old man at the oldest that he is, like he's going to be 41. It's going to take him a year to come back. And if you've seen the end of the season, he started playing better. Now, this new regime that came in, Aaron Glenn, where the freaking New York Jets were built for this shit, whatever he wants to say. I met him when I was a little kid. He was a normal player, average cornerback, like I guess one of the best Jets cornerbacks ever, but that's not a lot to prove. We didn't have many good cornerbacks. And I just don't understand, like, it was an ego trip, I felt. Like Aaron Rodgers was the boss and Aaron Glenn stepped in and wants to be the new boss. I get it. But if you want to win the most games this upcoming season in 2025, you bring back Aaron
That might not
Rodgers.
be their goal, though. They want to start their regime. They don't. I think it's crazy to start a new regime with a 41-year-old quarterback.
Okay, but look,
Nobody wants to do
look, Nick. What else do they have? You're telling me Justin
start
Fields?
from scratch at the quarterback position. I'm not saying statistically they're going to be better, but there's many reasons not to go with a 41-year-old quarterback who has only played really in one system his entire career, who isn't mobile. We don't know yet what they want or the skill set they want their quarterbacks to have, but it just doesn't seem it was a fit. And you might want to not have a. I'm not taking a shot at him when I say this, but when you're doing interviews and you're that big of a personality, I don't know if diva is the right word, but he is a larger than life. He's a larger than life character in football.
He knows more about football than the head coaches know, like the offensive and defensive coordinators know.
But he also didn't really throw the ball down the field too well, Tom.
Because you're right, he's immobile. He can't run like he did 10 years ago. But listen. How come our line and our running back, Breece Hall, now I'm not taking anything away from him, but why did he have such a garbage year? And everyone's telling me that our line is so good, we're only one piece away. Our line
because
sucked
the offense was so predictable, and there was no unpredictability. And Rodgers, like I said before, does all the checks and changes when it's a pass play, telling everyone it's a pass, and then when he doesn't do that, you're telling everyone it's a run.
But are we sure?
Can't be good in the NFL when the defense knows what's coming. Nobody
Are
can.
we sure Brees Hall is a Brees Hall, like top 5 running back in the NFL, or is he just an
I think
average
as a
good
talent,
running
yeah.
back?
I think as a talent, we've all seen him in the open field, juke and dog people. He just doesn't get that opportunities with Rodgers.
And he's getting older year by year. He
Oh,
came off an
everyone is.
ACL there.
Yeah,
I
everyone
mean,
gets older.
I don't have full trust in the team that in the position and focus that we're going. I have hope and faith as a Jet fan, like I always do. I just feel like there's so many holes. We have no safeties. We have no cornerbacks. C.J. Mosley's retiring. We have a couple guys on the line, but J.J.'s coming off of a torn ACL, or not ACL, Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
And it's like, Quentin Williams probably is in his last couple of years. Like, I don't know how long, like, good players play for a long time, but, like, we're running out of time with these good players that we have.
I don't think so. I completely disagree with that. There's still plenty of years left in Quinton and Quincy, and most of our best players are on their rookie contracts still.
Did you see Sauce, that one tackle where he literally got it was a wide open tackle. It was like, cornerbacks are not supposed to make tackles, but he literally got stiff arm and thrown to the ground like as if he was a high school player playing against grown men. Like, he can't tackle for shit.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's the way of the world in the NFL. Sometimes you dominate, sometimes you're the one dominated. Hashtag DP quotes.
Well,
But,
Nick,
Tommy,
listen.
thank you for calling in, man.
I'm always a Jet fan, brother. Hopefully,
Hell
I
yeah.
meet you soon. And JETS, Jets. Keep doing
Hell
your
yeah.
podcast. Keep doing good content. And I love you, brother.
Thank you,
Have
brother.
a good night, okay?
Glad to see you. Be good. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the conclusion of tonight's show. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, hit the like button. But we will ask the most important question of the night. What did Boomtown learn? Boomtown, if you would please, tell everyone what you learned today. And I thank everyone in the chat for hanging out here. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to check with Nate. See, we'll do a mock draft tomorrow night. If he's available. I don't know his work schedule. I got to reach out to him. Oh, Luppy, I learned that you're awesome. But I already knew that. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Boomtown, I learned Carly's milkshake brought all the boys to the yard tonight. Sounds like Nick would do unspeakable things for $100,000. BJF does a great Gilbert Gottfried impression. Rest in peace, Gilbert. Bonus, Thunderlips has one hell of a night ahead with his wife. An amen at the end of a freestyle is next level. GM Pousse has quite a ring to it. Jay Graves is now officially Mikey's homegirl. Double bonus, Nick might get pegged by Jay Graves tonight in the DP. Nick is not Jake. Awesome. Awesome. Any closing thoughts? Yeah! You're my homeboy! That was Mikey. Or an attempt at Mikey. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this channel grow. Thank you, chat, for being awesome. Trolls, go eat a dick. Ladies and gentlemen, you've watched the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. And what is Thunderlips going to do tonight?
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. I'll stay in my crib by the light and so bright as the twilight's last evening.
Hey, Shiners. a party. My house. Discord party.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. Let the jet suck while Bobby yells at Santa. Shut the fuck up. Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope we left some gifts because Bobby's scared of more. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate, Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heartbeat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a fart you ripped? Too much egg in you know the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and
Gentry covered in football.
any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube if you don't know. The Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube if you don't know.